although I love my landscape photography, I thought I'd add another string to my bow, and I've always enjoyed a bit of wildlife photography, so I thought I'd buy a big lens and get in there with the big boys and not go the whole hog, just buy a fairly decent one and not spend, you know, into the 5-figure range, which can be huge. So I'll tell you more about that when the lens arrives, but at the moment I've decided to go out and test myself, and I've put on my 300mm lens, which is okay, and should give me some fairly decent shots. And so what I've done is I'm going to use the shutter priority now, and probably, I mean, it's very, very bright out there today, so probably I'll put it on about 1200 to start off with, and then I think the ISO, I'll put it on auto, which is advice taken from another professional photographer, and then see how I go from there. See if I can get some action shots of some birds. The wetlands are over not too far away from where I live, so that's quite handy, and there's a river, so I'm going to walk along the river first, and yeah, see how it goes. So I'm out now walking down the river. As you can see, the sun is on the other side, so that's not good for the pictures. We're going to try and get on the other side of the river, otherwise the light is not going to light the subject, it's going to come from behind the subject, so that means it's going to be fairly dark, almost to a shadow, so it's not going to be great. So yeah, we'll try and cross over in a little while and see how the shots are looking from there. It's really bright, so the ISO is handling it nicely at the moment. It's coming up about 400 or 500, so that's not too bad. The sun is still pretty low and bright, but I've come into a small rose garden, and yeah, I'm going to try and get some pictures of some roses with some, you know, flies, see if we can blow that up, make it a bit more interesting. So get as close as I can. Still hand holding the camera at the moment, so I'm going to keep that ISO on auto, and the f aperture I'm going to keep really open, and yeah, keep that speed pretty high. So yeah, let's see what happens in here. There's some interesting roses, so you never know, might get even a butterfly if I'm lucky. Okay. Spotted a group of sparrows in the long grass, so I've put my speed up to 1600. I'm going to try and get some flying pictures, see if I can freeze the wings. I've left the ISO on auto. As you can see, it's still really warm. I've had to put the cap on because it's burning my head, so yeah. Anyway, this is going to be a bit of a quiet section, so I'm still free holding the camera. That's why I've got the ISO on auto, and the focus is center weighted, so it's just one point in the middle. I can move it left and right and up and down if I want to, but I'm going to leave it in the middle because that's really where I want the frame of the picture, so I'll be concentrating on that. So I'm going to leave it quite open at the moment, and as it is, it's leaving the aperture wide open, so there's not much range of a focus. So we'll see how it goes, and I might change it to manual after a while and up the aperture to about f8 or something like that. So let's see how it pans out. Right, well, I'm in the park now, and as you can see, the sun's behind me, and there's a little island there with lots of birds on it, various seagulls, and I was hoping for a tern, but I don't think it's their time of year. Anyway, should be able to get some good shots from here, even with the 300mm lens. I've got a full frame camera and it's 36 megapixels, so I should be able to crop it to get something at least, but it's a good test before the decent lens comes and we can get some real close pictures, because that's 600 millimeters. So I'm going to try some shots from here. Usually I think I might use the monopod, which I've got on my back, just to steady the camera a little bit, and then we can put the ISO down a little bit. So yeah, let's see what we've got. So the good news is there are some terns here. They are fishing. There's quite a few, but they're mostly in the air, so the monopod's going to be no good at all, so I'm going to have to hand hold this. I've put the speed up to 1600. One of them's fishing just over there, about 15 meters away, so in fact there he goes. So I'm going to see if I can get some shots of them diving in the water, hopefully, as long as they don't attack me. That'll be fun. Let's see how it goes. So what I've got so far is mediocre, to be honest. So I've upped the shutter speed to 2000, 2000th of a second. Yeah, and we'll see how that goes. The terns are still fishing, so I've got an opportunity. So let's see if I can take it without blurring the shot. Well, I've put some examples of the pictures I took in the video, so I hope you like them. They're not brilliant, obviously. It's my first, well, I've had some odd examples of, you know, taking pictures of birds and wildlife before, so, but not actually gone out to, you know, properly try my best. So, yeah, I think I've got some okay pictures, considering, you know, it's only just up the road. The settings for the ISO worked, but obviously it is quite puffy with pixels, and I think I'll have to correct that as I go along. So I think next time probably I will convert to manual and see how we go with that. However, I think the day went okay. Looking forward to getting the new lens, obviously, and then we can really go out and test what this thing's up to and put it through its paces, see if it's worth the money that I paid for it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. My website's raywise.co.uk. You can get some more information there. Take care.